It's all gonna depend on the.
About my question. I not only feel honored, I don't even care what she's about to say. I already know she's going to be a great dev because not only does she take the time to think about things, she literally asks follow up questions. We're not even talking about the question anymore. We're talking about the company, what conflict resolution means at X, Y, and Z. We're deep in the interview. We're not even talking about how you didn't know the answer. That's how you handle it. Even though I don't know the answer, you better know how to get the answer. If you were to say, you know what? I'm so sorry. My friend Sean would have laughed at that question because he knows the answer, and I unfortunately uh am blanking right now. Can you give me 5 seconds to think about that question? Now they're laughing. Now we're having a good time. Now you're networking with the CEO. Now you've got that job. Not even know them. Not even caring that you didn't know or have any tech conflict resolution experience. Now, Stacy, I'm sorry to hit you with this, but that is definitely a question on the banky. You're 100 devs. You should know that they're going to ask you a question about conflict resolution. That is like one of the basic
But
ones.
the answer I have doesn't seem good. That's a
Okay,
task.
your answer isn't good. Okay, I hear you. I just gave you a perfect answer.
Yeah,
Say that.
I had your good answer, and I definitely will be adding it to my banking because I did
Boom.
and it sounded way better than mine did. And
And
I
and the
also
funny thing is, I didn't answer the question.
no, you didn't.
Everybody.
But it's just a tip that I can use to a difficult question, so I can make just to cool the nerves and something like that. So it can
Boom. I love it, Stacy. That is
yeah.
the
Right.
key. Go ahead, Monica. You want to give us some
Yeah.
valuable thoughts?
I just want to, give Stacy a very small piece of advice that sometimes you are being asked a question which you don't know how to answer, like some, behavioral question which you have never thought of that that anybody can ask you. So I would say in that case, you can take any example from your own life, like any kind of conflict resolution that you can take, like you can take a real life example and you can relate it with the business, because I have done it in one of my interviews and I was able to convince the recruiter. So you can take, even if it's very very small example, even if it's not relevant, but if you have resolved anything from your own life, like very, you can take any small example and you can just quote it over there, because you just have to make the recruiter understand that you know how to resolve what was your role in that conflict resolution in your life. So you can quote a very small example, even if it's very very little relevance. Even if it holds little relevance, even then you can quote it from your life, they will never say no, because I did it in my interview also, and I was successfully able to convince the recruiter. So either you can say no, or just like Sean said, that that's a very good question. This way, you can say that I don't know the answer about this, but you asked a very great question. That's one way of answering. Second is like you can give a real life example from your own life, any small example, because I tried this and I was able to get through. So this is a very small advice from my side.
Absolutely, absolutely love that. Creating lots and lots of value. Realize if you could have answered that question that Stacy asked, guess what? There was a six-figure job for you. Why? Why? Why weren't you asked that question? Why is Stacy getting that question and not you? It's because Stacy grabbed the mic.
Mic, grab the mic. That's why.
Please grab the mic coming from the horse's mouth. Grab the mic. You could be getting this value. For those who just came in, we're on the hunt getting a job in tech. If you got questions, hopefully we will have some answers and create some value for you. Now, the person, like, maybe you didn't hear that answer, but here's my absolutely golden tip for life. and it's gonna be so controversial. But the ye old Thomas Jefferson, not Thomas Jefferson. What the fuck was his name? I can't even remember his name. But guess what? I'm gonna say this is my quote. Um, good. I can't even remember it. Good artists copy, great artists steal. Yeah, that's my quote. Because I'm a great artist. That being said, realize you don't have to be able to come up with the best answer. Now, I don't know about you. I usually don't have the best answer, but I know how to open my mouth and ask somebody. So I would tell that manager, that's a great question. I don't know it, but I know somebody in my network who does. And after that interview, I would be asking Melissa because I know Melissa has all the great answers, and I would be DM her, "Hey, this recruiter just asked me about tech and like conflict resolution, and I bombed it. Do you have an answer?" And then she'd send me an answer, and then I would send the hiring recruiter saying, "Hey, I know I bombed that interview, but like my brain was just lagging. Here's the answer to your question." And boom, they realize I'm resourceful. Boom, they realize I can communicate. Boom, they're realizing that I'm the type of person that creates value regardless of what room I am in. And you can get that job. What I'm saying is, I've been in lots of interviews where I didn't know the answer. I absolutely didn't. And I told them I didn't know the answer. And I didn't. And the next thing I told them, but this is how I would get the answer. I would DM Melissa. She is a senior engineer at wherever she is. She's not. Maybe she is. I don't know. Senior front end developer. Love it. Um, and she would have the answer the same way you would expect me as an engineer to Google it to get the answer. So that is what I would say. Even though you think that that great, immaculate answer has to come out of my mind and onto the page, I'm telling you it doesn't. They're not paying you for your answer. They're paying you for the solution to their problems. They're not paying you to craft a resume. They're paying you for those solutions to their problem. They're not paying you for that resume or that LinkedIn or whatever you think you need to get a job in tech. They're paying you for solutions to their problems. So if you said, I can solve your problem, they don't care that you DM Melissa. They don't care that you DM Muhammad. They don't care that you literally got your answer from Sean. They don't care. They don't care. Like right now, you guys are getting lots of value. You guys don't even know I'm an introvert and I'm stealing all of these words from my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful extrovert girlfriend. You don't know that. You don't know that, but I am stealing all of that personality. Stealing. That's how you make it. Hey, I did not know how to code. I don't know how to get up on that table. I don't know how to do that. Well, guess what? I asked those questions and I got those answers. Made that value, got that job. Now, why did I get that job? Why did Muhammad get that job? Why did why is Monica getting that value that you are desperately looking for? It's because they grabbed the mic, asked their question, and literally fast tracked their dev career. So if you have a question, please put it at the top or grab the mic. Next one we're going to is Alasoluyi. I'm sorry I butchered your name, but it is your time to shine. Go ahead, ask your question or give your advice.
Hi, Sean.
What's up?
I'm good. I'm good. Good evening from here, Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. My name is Oyinlola Alasholi. So the meaning of Oyin is Oni. So you could call me Oni. I mean, for short. So yeah, my question, right, is this straight to the point as usual for you, right? Sorry. Yeah, so basically I started out a boot camp in software engineering in January, and the bottleneck currently now for me is I'm absorbing too much, and because of my interest in technology, I don't know where exactly I should pick as my core strength because every part of tech interests me. I was formerly in finance before even moving into tech, but yeah, now I'm in tech. But I'm learning Java and every other stuff, right? But I mean, where to focus on, how to measure my learning points to know that this is where I'm at, and how best to like hit the ground running to like start working on maybe open source project and all of those stuff, and really like basically like just getting fine. I'm getting the support I need through Twitter and all of that and spaces and communities that people like you and Dan Thompson as created and platforms like that. Really grateful for that. Thumbs ups really really I'm so glad that people like you exist and all of that. I appreciate your work. So basically that's just my question to be honest. If there's any follow up I'll reach out. Thanks.
Love it, love it, love it. He's looking for that thing that'll put his portfolio at the top of the stack and get that job. So if you could have answered his question, I guarantee you, I guarantee you, Alice Olivia, I'm murdering your name. I'm so sorry. He would have paid you for that value. He's gonna be a literal hiring manager one day. He's gonna be a manager one day. He's going to be get that six-figure job, and that could have been you. Why isn't it you? It's cuz you didn't grab the mic. Please grab the mic. All right. So, that being said, what's that technology that he should learn? I'm going to be non-controversial and tell you that wonderful technology that you need is called networking. If you already have those skills, please get in those hiring managers DMs. You already know Java and Python. I am telling you, this is how I like to frame it. I always tell this story. Like, if you guys have been here for a while, you already know this story. When I was at Amazon, there was wonderful apprentices next to me. Now you know that Amazon interview was no joke, but guess what? Sitting right next to me was a wonderful Amazon engineer, and that engineer had a master's degree in security, and we were all in awe. And then sitting right next to that master's degree in security with the same title was another apprentice with no programming whatsoever, no programming experience. Now, I want to ask you, what's the difference between you and that engineer? You have years of experience. You know Java, you know Python. He knew none of those. Matter of fact, the job had to teach him Java and Python, had to teach him HTML and CSS, had to teach him JavaScript. So tell me, why did they give him the job instead of you? The reason is, guess what? He was in those hiring managers' DMs. He didn't know what he needed to do, and he asked somebody. He was like, hey, I need a job. Here's my experience. I need a job. I need experience, and I need a job. And one of his friends was like, oh, you need a job? I actually saw over here that they were giving out that type of job. You should apply. Boom. That literally that. Going into the DMs of the hiring manager, going and networking, getting your account in front of the eyes of people that are in literally have their thumbs on the scale of getting a job in tech. You need their eyeballs on your account. That you need their eyeballs in front. You need them thinking of you when they read that job application. Now there's 300, lots of people in their DMs, lots of people in their DMs. How do you get to the front of that stack? I absolutely love to give this advice because Lawrence gave it to us yesterday. He wasn't able to, not Lawrence, Jarrett gave it to us yesterday. He wasn't able to make it today, but he used to say, he used to send people a DM saying that, hey, I would love to send you $5 for a sandwich or $5 for lunch. Do you have some time next week to for a coffee chat? And boom, he is literally in those CEO DMs. He is literally in those hiring managers DMs. He's literally at the front of the stack. And guess what it cost him? A sandwich. Now, I don't know about you, but I would love to get a six-figure job because I spent $5. That is absolutely amazing. That is absolutely return on your investment. Um, and that being said, if you want to buy me a sandwich, feel free to click on my face.
I'm willing.
Right under that bio is a link. Buy me a sandwich. All right. That being said, thank you so much for coming up here and giving me that question and giving all of our wonderful listeners some wonderful, wonderful value. All right, guys. So if you if you could have answered his question, there was a wonderful job in tech for you. But you didn't grab the mic. Boom. Boom. He came back. Guess what? Right now, you guys are literally going up there in the pin tweet and trying to get your question answered. And guess what? Alasola is grabbing the mic, fast tracking his career straight to the top. Straight to the top. That's exactly what's happening. You're sitting there applying. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. He's fast tracking his way straight to the top. Now, I hear you. But my experience is the right one. But I'm so good at data structures and algorithms. Why can't they see that? It's because Alisola is literally speeding before you because he talked to a real live person instead of just in the DMs. Okay, Alisola, I will let you get another question. Unmute. Go ahead.
Thanks, Sean. I'm so grateful for the privilege of access, right? Yeah, so second, a follow-up question would be that. So as it stands, right, looking back at my coding skills, I know the concepts and the basics, right? But when it comes to like executing projects, like I've not done too much of projects, but I see that looking back, I tend to like pick up a past project I've worked on or an example from the boot camp that we've worked on in class. And then once I'm trying to like come up with new ones I'm working on, I try to like look at how it's done and then replicate that in my own project. So basically, I want you to like validate that. Is that a good approach to learning programming for someone who had no idea about programming at all? Fine, it's something that interests me, but moving on, would that be something that's quite helpful to even develop it, the skill and master the art itself, right? Yeah. So, and then lastly would be that how best do you think I could connect with recruiters, and is there any help I could get with maybe? I mean, I know about internships to JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Amazon, and Google, right? I mean, this is not widespread in Nigeria as much, right? So, but yeah, like, I mean, if there's anybody also in the room who could like help me connect me to recruiters, where I could like connect it on LinkedIn and then pitch to and all of that, yeah, I'll be grateful. Thanks.
Boom, love it. Even shooting the shot. A lot of devs are bad at selling themselves. And that's why they're not getting those wonderful, wonderful, wonderful tech jobs. So, like, once you've gotten that interview, It is no longer about your technical experience. They are not about to ask you to, I mean, if you're in a technical, obviously it's about your technical experience. But that being said, you can almost 100% of the time get around that if you could be able to get the answer. Now, I'm not saying you had to come up with the answer yourself. A lot of people get this wrong, thinking that they need creativity, they need this, they need that. You don't need any of those things. Not one singular thing. You need the ability to get that answer. And the way you get that answer is by asking the question. So if you have that question, please share it up in the pinned tweets. But, or better yet, grab the mic. For those who just got here, we're on the hunt getting a job in tech. If you got questions, hopefully we'll get answers and give you that juicy value. Go ahead, Alani. All right. That being said, I think Alani's gonna take some time. I'm gonna intro her. So if you have questions, please put it in the pinned tweets above. If you don't know what 100 Devs is, it's a wonderful web dev agency offering wonderful free HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node, backend, all the wonderful soft skills you need to get a job in tech. We're up here just answering those questions. Please, if you could have answered those questions, or if you just had an answer, or you just wanted to hang out, please grab the mic. Since nobody grabbed the mic, I'm gonna have to grab that juicy question. All right. Any advice for those outside of the U.S. to get jobs in the U.S.? I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. Boom, boom, boom. Ikechi. Ikechi's about to get some valley. I hope he is in here. Boom, boom, boom. He's about to get that value. Why is he getting that value and not you? He's about to get a be one step closer to that tech job. Why aren't you one step closer? Is it because he's a better dev? No, it is not. It's because he grabbed the mic and fast tracked his dev career straight to the top. All right, Akechi. So I have some tips. So I don't know if you need visa sponsorship, but there's lots of visa sponsor companies for international engineers. So if you were to click on my face right under my bio, there's this link, seancharles.com/links if you're on the PC and can't click on my face. Under that, you'll see lots and lots of resources. You'll see my social links. You'll see products, paid products. If you are feeling like this is too big of a space and I want more time with Sean, please buy one of those products. I would happily feature you in this space as well as any 100 devs. I'm happily giving you one free product for each of those products bought today. I'm going to be in the 100 devs group just giving the value away. Okay, so his question, getting those international jobs in my wonderful link. There's the visa sponsored companies if you need visa sponsorship. Once you figured out that company, I need you to be on LinkedIn, be on that company page, and then be in those hiring managers' DMs. Now, maybe their DMs are closed and you don't know what to do. Here's another quick tip. If you head on over to Headhunter.io, I'm going to put that in one of my links. Now, let me actually write that down real quick. Headhunter.io. I repeat, Headhunter. Headhunter. io.io. It is a site where if you know what company the person's at and you know the person's name, they will give you the exact format that the email is supposed to be for their work email. So Melissa, I don't know what company she works for, but if you did know, guess what? You could have typed in her company, typed in her name. Unfortunately, you don't know her you know her full whole name. You could have typed in her name, got her work email, and shot her a DM in her work email saying, "Hey, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z." She's not a recruiter, so please do not blow up Melissa's DMs. But that being said, if she was a recruiter, if she had that job, she would definitely respond to you as fast as possible because she has a long stack of applications and she just wants to hire somebody. So if you have the skills to get in front of all of those applications and then go to the they'll just say, okay, your account looks good, go off to the tech leads, go off, get that technical done, because realize if you're not getting those interviews, it's because your application doesn't look like what they're looking for. So please make sure you're targeting, customizing those applications, customizing those CVs, customizing those cover letters, so that when the hiring manager is literally Googling software engineer or Googling web developer, your account comes up. All right, team. For those who just came in, we're on the hunt, getting a job in tech. If you got questions, hopefully we got answers. If you have an answer, please grab the mic. You'd be so surprised how many people don't grab the mic, especially when I'm telling you. Sometimes the only thing you needed to get that job was grab the mic. You'd be surprised. But it's absolutely shocking how absolutely scared people are and they still don't grab the mic. So now I'm up there in the pinned tweets. If you're too scared to grab the mic, even though I'm telling you that's what's fast tracking your coding, engineering, or tech career, feel free to just shoot it in the pinned tweets at the top. All right, guys. So somebody just DM'd me a wonderful question. And if you could have answered it, you could have got this money. So they're asking me, I don't have projects and I still don't know what do I have to do to get that job in tech. Is there any advice? I think I feel like a broken record. It's absolutely crazy. I need somebody to get up here and create some value for us. Because I'm going to tell them exactly what I was telling you 5 minutes ago. You need to network. You need to grab the mic. You need to go where the hiring managers are and grab the mic. Right now, you're at the party and you could be sitting at the cool people's table, the cool kids' table. Literally, just by grabbing the mic, there's nothing different about your account. Jenny is just a regular engineer. But guess what? She's going to get her question before you because she grabbed the mic. Thank you so much for coming up, Jenny. Got some advice, some tips, or just here to hang out?
I guess all of the above. I'm down for anything. I can talk to anybody just about any time. So, except for when they're all asleep around me. So at that time, I don't do it. Referring to the other night. And have you been on this whole time, Sean?
No, no, no. I definitely took a rest. I came on like maybe 4 hours ago. So sometimes I do all-nighters. You guys might know that. If you were there for the last space. But once I do an all-nighter, I'm not gonna do it again.
Fair
I'll
enough.
hold off for a little while.
Well, you've got a lot of stamina for this because I drove 500 or 600 miles, and every time I had signal, you were on.
Love it, love it.
So I had kind of a thought. I used to do a little bit of tutoring. I've kind of done that pretty much since I was 12 years old. And I was thinking about doing some blog posts, but my concern would be that it would out me as being less experienced at this point in my career. What are your thoughts on that?
I absolutely love it because you don't even know. Every single engineer is like, oh my God, this is the day. This is the day they figure out I'm a fraud. They're going to figure it out. They're going to realize that I've been faking it the whole time. I've been telling them every step of the way I did not know what I was doing, and they thought I was kidding, but I'm a fraud.
Well,
I love it, Jenny.
I don't feel so bad then because I mean I've been trying to bring everybody up with me. So a lot, especially at the beginning, people were struggling with variables and what is a function, and I don't understand this. And so I came up with all of these written things, and nobody ever read them, but but they're there. So I probably have 5,000 words on how to put together a basic function with some variables.
I love it. I love it. But realize this. 99% of the people on any platform do not make any content. So that means literally most of the engineers out there aren't necessarily tweeting. They're not creating that blog post. So as much of a beginner you think you are, guess what? I'm gonna hit you with this. I haven't even made a blog post yet. I literally have it written down and literally made the format, did all of the coding in which I could theoretically put my ideas into a blog post, and yet I haven't. So you posting that blog puts you one step further from all of these supposed real devs that you're scared that they're going to unmask you. So that being said, jump for it. Go put that blog. Let them figure out that you don't know what you're talking about. And then let them argue about it in DMs. Because guess what? You're going to get that job and they're still going to be commenting under your blog saying, "Oh my God, I thought Jenny knew this already."
I love it.
Yes, I love it. So realize wherever you are, somebody else has been there or somebody else is trying to get there. So even though you're like, oh my God, this is like the first step and like I did done nothing. They're gonna laugh at me. No, they're gonna thank you for your value and keep it moving. So please, Jenny, make that blog post. Please put your name out there.
I'll try. I'll try to be that brave.
Love it, love it. You're already doing it. You're already being brave. You're already putting your account way above all of those others. If you guys just came here, Jenny just got some value because we're on the hunt getting a job in tech. She had some questions and she got her answer. And boom, that's all it took. She grabbed the mic. She got one step closer to that job. Thank you so much, Jenny. Feel free to stay up here and keep me company.
Sure.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, Shaquille is trying to get up here, and you're wondering, wow, I was smashing those keys trying to get my question up into that pinned tweet, and now he's just going off to Shaquille, and you're like, why are is my question not more important than Shaquille's? It isn't. Shaquille is about to get that value that you could have gotten. You could have grabbed the mic. You could have been getting this value, but you're still in the hiring manager's DMs. You're still right on that application queue. You're throwing those applications away. Just throw. Just keep throwing them, hoping that something will land. While Shaquille is literally in the hiring manager's comments, in the hiring manager's DMs. Not only is he asking that question after he sent that high message to that manager, he's going back into that DMs and sending another message. Guess what? He is going back in those DMs, and that hiring manager is going to be like, wow, Shaquille is absolutely relentless. If I wanted a relentless dev, I'm going to Shaquille because guess what? Shaquille has already gotten many questions answered before. He's been up here already. Why is his question more important than yours? It's not. The key is he grabbed the mic. Please grab the mic. If you don't have a mic and you're on PC, I'm sorry for shaming you, but in the pin tweets at the top, please write your question and hopefully we will get there. All right, so we're about to ask. We're about to give the floor to Shaquille so he can ask his question. And for all of those in the listeners, please, this could have been you. You could have been one step closer to that juicy, juicy tech money. Grab the mic. All right, Shaquille, go ahead. It's your
Hey,
time to
Sean.
shine.
Thank you again. Appreciate it. You're giving me far more credit than I deserve. Granted, I am running back and forth trying to cook and code at the same time. Don't
I
recommend it.
I love it.
Um,
I love it. I'm actually not giving you enough props. Realize that this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is what gets you a job, doing the networking, literally just showing up. That's all I'm asking. I'm asking a room full of people to show up and they're like, "No." They're like, "No." It's crazy. All right, Shaquille,
really
let's
not
hear
much,
that
friends.
value. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, I've heard a lot of people asking how to get a job and interview process, but I've been kind of curious, given your experience and where you are now, what were some red flags from companies you interviewed with that kind of steered you the other way?
I love it. I love it. We're talking about interview red flags. What could I have seen in the interview that would have told me this is not a great place for me? So, if you had the answer to Shaquille's question, literally, literally, there would have been people paying you. You could have answered that. Why aren't you the person to answer that? Please grab the mic. Please create this value for Shaquille so that I could take a rest for 5 seconds. But anyway, so Shaquille, those red flags that I would have seen, I don't know, things like, um, them asking me for like unpaid work. So like take home projects. I absolutely hate take home projects. If I don't think I could easily get that done in 1 to 2 hours, I'm probably not going to do it. But that being said, that's not necessarily a red flag. Um, but there are companies out there right now asking for 8 hours, 10 hours on this project. They're saying max. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a whole work day. I don't know about you, but if you're about to offer me a six-figure job and you're telling me I have to work 8 hours just to get it, realize if you were going to give me that job, that's $400 to $500. Now, I know, I know they think I'm rich and I could just give $500 out to every single company that I interview for. I can't. I unfortunately can't. So if you're asking for a take home test that will literally take me more than 2 to 3 hours, I am not doing it. I'm literally not doing it. If it's going to take me 5 hours, guess what I'm doing? I'm literally going over to Ashish. I see him down here. He's a senior technology lead. And I would ask him, hey, I have this project. Could you do this in an hour? He would be like, yes, actually, I could. Guess what? I'd be happy to pay you. I'd be happy to pay you. Could you do this project for $200 to $300? And then boom, I have a wonderful, beautiful, beautiful project that I figured out how to get because guess what? I knew Ashish knew the answer. I talked to him. He built something. I made that value. Now, you might say, you didn't make that value. Ashish made that value. You are 100% right. Ashish made that value. But the hiring manager did not make me, I mean, did not hire me to for my 18 years of experience. I know you think that like they must be hiring me for something. They're hiring me because they have a problem and they need a solution. They don't need you spouting off about your 18 years of experience. That's great. They need a solution. And I'm telling you, in an hour, I could get you a solution. Period. They are willing to pay you. They are willing to pay you. If that project has nothing to do with my job description, um, and I could somehow get the answer in an hour, that is somebody who I would be willing to pay for. Now, I understand if they're asking you some crazy, crazy stuff. If Ashish could get it done in an hour, I know you're relying on uh, Ashish's experience. But here's the key technique. You think on the job when you get to be a software engineer, you're gonna sit in a cubicle, talk to no human being, and somehow get those tickets done. You're not. Sahil, wait 1 second. We'll get to you. Um, as much as you think they're paying you for Python code, they are not. You're going to get a ticket and they're going to have a problem and they're going to pay you for a solution. They don't care how you got that solution. You probably copied and pasted it from Stack Overflow. They do not care. They want a solution to their problem and they're willing to pay for you for that if you could find the answer. Now, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't study. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't memorize those answers so that when somebody asks it, you can give that
So,
value. What I'm saying is,
any
if,
charges?
wait 1 second, Sahil, we're going to get straight to you. I'm saying that if you could answer their question, there's lots of people asking that same question. There's lots of people asking that same question. And if you could answer it, there's literally people who would pay you, pay you if you could answer that question. Now, I don't know about you, but I would love it if Ashish would be my friend because he could answer that question in an hour. That is what networking is. Literally just showing up to the table, seeing that that person has skills, this person has value that they need to be met. Okay, they need this to be done. Ashish knows how to do it. They would pay you to connect them. Or, I love this one. So, I have lots of engineers who go to dev interviews and they feel like their experience doesn't match. And maybe they even feel like, you know what, this position isn't for me. Here's a superpower 10x dev tip. If you're not going to get that job, if you're not going to take that job, if they offered you the job and you're about to turn it down, please, please, please don't just say to them, I don't want the job. Please say to them, guess what? This was a great opportunity and I would love to take it, but unfortunately my needs have changed. They're not the exact needs
One
for this
second.
role.
Sorry to interrupt.
Give me 1 sec, Sahil. My my skills aren't the
Okay, no
crux for
problem.
this position. What I want you to do is to literally recommend Ashish for that job. Not only will they remember you, they will remember your name, Jenny. If you were saying, "Okay, I'm not the greatest Python developer," and it kind of sounds like you guys need amazing Python development, especially from the looks of this take-home test. But I happen to know an awesome developer named Ashish who would be amazing for this opportunity. Would it be cool if I put you in contact with them? And then, boom, the hiring manager is like, oh my God, this person is absolutely amazing. I know they're not the right person for this position, but I would love to work for them. I have a position that maybe would fit them better. And now, guess what? Not only did you get a shisha job, you got yourself a job just by saying, hey, I can see that these requirements aren't aren't for me. But I can still get you that answer. It's just going to take me some time in contacting Ashish. Is that okay? Realize a hiring manager would love that. If you're a dev and you don't know what to do with your ticket right now, I do not want you to sit there in your cubicle just banging your head against the wall. Please, please, please ask somebody. The answer is somewhere out in the wild and someone knows it. Ask somebody. Because guess what? Your job does not pay you to code as much as they think that's your job. They do not pay you to write Python as much as they might lead you to believe that that's your job. They pay you for solutions. They have a problem. They pay you for that juicy solution. I repeat, if you can solve their problem, if you could create value for them, they will pay you with a check. All right, that being said, please, 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 for those who just came in, we're on the hunt getting a job in tech. If you got a question, hopefully we got answers. We just answered an amazing question, gave him some value. If you could have answered that question, guess what? There was literally somebody willing to pay you for that value. Please grab the mic and be that person giving the value, because Jenny's going to remember Ashish in her next interview. She's going to be like, you know what, hiring manager? I actually don't know the answer to that question, but if you gave me a couple seconds, I know Ashish knows that answer. I could get you in contact with them. Maybe we can make this happen. Realize hiring managers are literally paying thousands of dollars if you refer somebody who could get the job. Thousands of dollars. You're right now thinking, how can I get that tech job? I'm not a JavaScript engineer. Well, guess what? Sean Charles sitting at the is he's a JavaScript engineer. You could have referred me for that job. You could have got that tech money. But unfortunately, you didn't. You didn't grab the mic. You didn't create that value. You didn't get that juicy tech money. Please be like Jenny. Get that tech money. All right. If you guys don't know, we're on the hunt getting a job in tech. You got questions. Hopefully, we got answers. If you didn't know who I am, please ask somebody or click on my beautiful, beautiful face. I have a bio. And if that bio isn't specific enough, click on the link right under my bio. There's the first link is SeanCharles.com. You can learn more about me or go to those wonderful products. Maybe this space is a little too public for you. I know. Networking is hard. We're shy. I hate to break it to you. You might not know this, but like I'm an introvert. Like I'm the most introvert of introverts. I know it might not sound like it up here, but this is like the most draining part of my day is interacting with people. And it probably is the most draining part of your day. Guess how I got good at it? I got up here and I made it happen. It's literally as easy as grabbing the mic. Now, people think networking is so hard. But when you were a kid, nobody found it hard to network. They literally just showed up and boom, you're networking. Realize that as an introvert, you're in your head thinking everybody's going to notice my shoes. They're going to notice that they are the wrong color. I did not tie them tight enough. They're going to notice. Jenny was up here saying, oh my God, I can't write that blog post. They're going to know I'm a fraud. This is my first blog post. I know I should have had 15 by now. Why don't I have 15? I know people are in their heads thinking they're going to be judged. Here's the tip. Here's the tip for all those introverts out there. Everybody else is too busy thinking about themselves thinking about their shoes, thinking about their day, to realize that you're an introvert, to realize that this is your first time speaking on the space. If that is you, please grab the mic, get your questions answered. All right. For those who don't know, we're 100 Devs, a wonderful free web dev agency teaching you all the wonderful things you know from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node, backend, full stack development, and all the soft skills you need to get that job in tech. If you have questions, please post them at the top. You wanted to create some value, Jenny?
Well, I was just gonna just totally random because it seems like it's mostly you and me right now. But I was gonna say that there are a lot of very local organizations, and a lot of them have even moved online. They're virtual. And if you go to the events that are sponsored by these organizations, then sometimes you get networking opportunities even after the fact. Like I went to something online, and 2 weeks later, I had Atlassian and a couple other companies saying, "Hey, we want to invite you to apply for a job with us," because they knew me from that one particular event. So I know, at least in the US, that this is prime grounds for hunting.
Wow, she's saying that, yo, the difference between you and that hiring manager seeing you was literally just grabbing the mic and sitting on a space, and literally I didn't offer no value, just was like, I need help. And then boom, a job in tech. It's absolutely crazy. People are right now literally grinding DSA, literally grinding data structures and algorithms, literally grinding on their portfolio, literally grinding on their LinkedIn, doing all these things to get in front of the hiring managers. And you're telling me, Jenny, all you did was be in a space. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Don't know
That's
why you.
exactly it.
I don't know. I don't. And that's what I've been telling them this whole time. It's not about you having the right answers. It's not even about you creating value for other human beings. Networking is about you just showing up to the party. I'm not even saying that you gotta, be the most cool kid at the cool kids table. I'm just saying you gotta walk over there and sit down. You gotta be at the table. Go ahead, Jenny.
Oh, I really love that analogy. Just because you're there at the cool kids party, that automatically makes you cool, even if everybody in that room hates you. I love that. That was
Exactly.
good.
That's the crazy thing. And the funny thing is, some people are hating you just because you're at the table and all you had to do was sit down. You're not even really a cool kid. That's the funny part. They're hating on you because you did the thing that they're afraid to do. And that is grab the mic. If you're sitting there in the listener section, you haven't grabbed the mic. Jenny grabbed the mic, got her question answered, got some value, and now she's one step closer to that wonderful, wonderful tech money.
Hey Sean, hello.
Love it, love it. Okay, yes. That being said, MD has been waiting. You're probably frantically trying to type out your question in my DMs or on the
Yeah,
pinned tweet at the top. But that
yeah,
being said, the way to fast track your career is to grab the mic like MD did. Go ahead, ask your question or create some value or just hang out, MD. Go ahead. It's your time to shine.
yeah. I was just typing that how I have gone through your portfolio and get a profile. Like it has been my ideal when Leon showed me those your profiles. So like my question was like I am at Amazon, so I was going for the hunt for the hiring managers and the teams. So I have found quite a few of them, like hiring managers, engineering teams, which I would want to go. But right now, I don't think I'm feeling like I should message them. What should I message them? because my projects are not ready. My GitHub is not that fancy. So should I like message them like, okay, when I'm getting ready, would you be able to hire me? Or should I just message them when I'm ready with my projects, when I'm good with my GitHub? So that is my question here.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, MD. He's asking, hey, I know my portfolio isn't perfect. My resume isn't done. I'm still working on it. Can I still ask that hiring manager for a referral and get that job? And here is my advice. If you're in the listeners section right now and you had the answer to MD's question, guess what? One day MD is going to be an engineer. He's going to be making that good tech money. And he would have happily paid you for this answer. He has money right now. He would have paid you for this answer. If you're in the listener section right now, please grab the mic,
Yeah.
give him an answer, get paid. That being said, if you are right now thinking that there's too many people in this space, I don't want to talk, I am too shy, click on my face, click on the link under my bio. There's wonderful, wonderful paid services, whether it be career consulting, mock interviews, all of that paid
Hello.
one-on-one time. Or you could just grab the mic like Monica did. Go ahead. Are you about to create some value for MD?
Yeah, yeah. I would just like to like add, since I've attended this session for like quite some time. So as you as Sean informed before also, that even if our profile doesn't look good and even if we don't have a perfect projects, we can definitely go for an interview with a recruiter. There will never be a time when we will be perfect. Even if we think that we are not perfect, our projects and profile doesn't look good, we can definitely go for a mock interview with the recruiter. At least we'll get an experience of how to give the interviews. So we should never underestimate ourselves, that we haven't done the perfect job. At least you're trying. That is that in itself is perfect. So never think, yes, of course, there are times like when you have to beat the coding interview. That's a secondary part, but at least you should break that ice between you and the recruiter by giving the mock interviews. Like as Sean told me, mock interviews are really beneficial if you are applying for any job, if you are trying to break the ice between the recruiter and you. So I would suggest that never wait for the perfect day. Just keep on applying and grab the experience of giving the interview and talking to a recruiter. This will help you out because the competition is
Boom.
there, like lot of competition is there.